What is up, you guys? This is Mini Superheroes Today. Hey guys, in this video we're taking a look at the LEGO Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the new Guardians ship. This set will retail for $100 when it comes out April 1st, 2023, and LEGO sent this one to me early, but of course all thoughts are my own. Now, with this set retailing at $100, it is the most expensive in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 wave, and admittedly it's probably the best of the three. Funny how those things tend to go hand in hand, huh? Anyways, this has a lot of really unique colors. It was a very unique build, which we'll talk about more here in a minute. But before we get into things, I just gotta say, with the minifig selection for this wave, how did we not get Cosmo or the High Evolutionary? Like, the main villain and Cosmo is, like, on the team now. It's just so odd to me that two Guardians movies in a row, Volume 2 and Volume 3, didn't come with the main villain in any of the sets. That's so wild. Anyways, let's start taking a look at those minifigs, then we'll take a look at the set, zoom out, and I'll give you my final thoughts. So our first minifig to take a look at is the Crisp Rat himself, Star-Lord. Now this is the same Star-Lord that comes in the $10 set from the Volume 3 wave, which is a little disappointing. Granted, the $100 set needs to come with the main character from the movie, I completely get that, but I just wish there was something different about him, or if he could have come with a helmet piece or something, just a little bit of a bummer. Regardless, he's got his blasters here, and the torso and legs are the same as every figure we're about to look at in the wave. This uses the Chris Pratt head, by the way, which of course is one of the most accurate actor heads ever put on a minifigure, but I did want to point that out. Up next, we have everybody's favorite lovable bug lady, Mantis. Once again, she has the same torso and legs that we've been getting on all of these figures, and the head and hair are the Mantis that have come in recent sets, you know, like the Advent calendar and all that. So really, it's hard to even call this an exclusive figure since all the parts have come elsewhere, but it is what it is. Now, Nebula is a little more unique because the torso has a silver arm and it's a brand new head, so that's definitely a welcome addition in this wave. Really, really good to get a new minifig per se, and of course she's got a sword accessory. Drax uses the same head that came in the Advent calendar, and the bummer here is that Dave Bautista is done as Drax after this movie, so the likelihood of ever getting a green shirtless torso to go with this head is dwindling. I feel like if we didn't get it in this wave, it's probably never going to happen, but of course he's got those knives as the accessories, and the torso and legs are the same as everybody else. And finally, we have Adam Warlock, which is an awesome figure. Now, his cape is an interesting shade of red. I think it's a new shade. I could be mistaken, though, but it looks pretty good. It's a one-hole cape, though, so it kind of hovers over the back of the body. He's got back printing, of course. We've got the power blasts on his hands there, and then of course we've got unique printed legs, a printed torso, and a printed head that make all exclusive parts for this figure, actually, especially with the gold hair, and we can flip that around for a more serious face on the opposite side. So definitely cool, and this figure kind of helps make up for all the other ones in the set, but it doesn't save the minifig selection by any stretch. And now we get to the ship itself. Now, one thing I really, really like is the stand that it comes on. Much like the Guardians ship from the Infinity Saga, it's really, really cool that it comes displayable. Of course, it does lift right up off of that stand. And you can see the stand is pretty basic. I mean, there's not too much to say about it. But there's a big square hole in the bottom of the ship that you insert the stand into, and then it displays beautifully just like that. So I like that a lot. Another thing I really like is the color scheme of this set. Now we've got the teal colors and the pink colors, which just make this thing stand out. And speaking of standing out, it takes up a lot of room. I actually thought that these were going to be collapsible, but they are fixed in place. You can see that there's some bend to them, but you can't like move them up or down or anything like that. So basically, you need to be prepared for the full tallness of this to fit on your shelf of your LEGO collection, and just be aware of that before you buy it. The box did not say how tall it is, so I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head, but it is pretty dang tall, so just be prepared for that. Now, one thing I love about this set is the cockpit area, because you can fit all of the Guardians in the ship, which is really, really cool. Now, unfortunately, there's nowhere to put, like, Rocket or Groot, but you might be wondering where Drax is. Well, if we take this bottom part down, you can see that Drax kind of lays up inside of there, and there's a sticker piece here with some computer controls so that by the time it closes, you can imagine Drax punching on that computer. It is a little bit annoying that there's some open space there. It's a little tough to see with the shadows though, so I'm not going to get too upset over it because it is hidden pretty well, but there is some empty space there. Now, on both sides of the ship, these kind of cheekbones, if you will, pop off. You can see that there's these little hinge pieces that connect right into there. And then this part moves, and you can set a minifigure inside of there. So why don't I just go ahead and grab Star-Lord to show you what that would look like, and so he can have his own little flyer. Now, I'm going to be honest, we haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm going to be shocked if this is an actual feature in the movie. I feel like that's just for a play set, but hey, I could be wrong. It could be in the movie. Here's how the other one lifts out, exactly the same, just on the opposite side. Then let me go ahead and take the minifigures out to show you what the inside of the cockpit looks like. We have printed pieces for these controls here, and then if we move it around, you can see that there's a printed piece down inside of there. It is pretty dang hard to see. If we move it upside down, you can sort of see that there's a sticker right there, but man, it is really hard to get a good angle to show you that. As we kind of move up to the wings or turbines, you can pull these down and you can see that there's places to hide the weapons. So there's Star-Lord's guns. On the other side, we can hide Drax's knives. So that's pretty cool. We've got some stickers. These builds are pretty much identical, and I will say that as far as the building experience goes, I found it really redundant to have to build the same thing twice. Now, the way the Lego set is constructed based off of the movie, I really don't know any other way that they could have done it. Just be prepared that it is a kind of redundant build, because you like build one of these, then you build the main part, and then you build the top one, and you're like, wait a minute, didn't I just do this on the bottom? So just be prepared for that. But overall, I do like this set. I think it does justify its price at $100. I'm just still bummed about these minifigs all having the same, outfit. I love that we finally got the uniforms in the MCU, but man, it's a bummer we're never going to get a green Drax torso to go with the one that comes here. Anyways, let's zoom out and I'll give you my final thoughts. Well, guys, of the 3 Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 sets, this obviously is the coolest one. It's the big ship, it's got all these cool colors, but I do wish it was actually a little bit bigger. But I understand that they didn't want to use like a $150 slot on a set like this, so I think for matching the $100 price point, this set is actually pretty dang good. I do wish we got those minifigs like the High Evolutionary and Cosmo. That would push this set over the edge as a $100 set, but regardless, I still think that this one is pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Well, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and maybe check out one of my other videos listed here.